Hi again everyone, it's Graham from Lakeside, and what you see in front of you is the start of the TMD area, and I've been up here for about the majority of the afternoon today, and I've been laying out the track roughly, if you like, according to John over at Canal Sidings, his track plan he gave me of this area. I've had to tweak it in a few areas, but nothing really which changes the actual principle of the way it works. The main area which has changed is this bit here, because I've completely forgot that with this point here, I've got a beam which runs underneath, obviously, which this top deck bolts to, and you can see the line just here. That's where the beam edge is. So obviously I can't put the point here because I won't have room for the point motor. So I've had to tuck it on the inside of that. But what I've done, if I could draw back a bit, you can see that I've just dog-legged it round to the side there. And the reason why I've done a dog leg there is so that I can get the fuel storage plant in between that track and that track, which is purely used for fueling and bringing in tankers for the storage itself. But apart from that, that's the only thing really which has changed. So what we have is coming from number one platform, if you like, so from up there it would come into that point there, and that point there, which is a Y point, serves the main TMD area. And as you can see, I'm just about to start to bring that track in towards the cattle area. So that's what that Y point is for. And then from then on, this track here, this one, that serves really all of the TMD. So it goes up, does a little head shunt up there and around the back to about there, and then you reverse back round and you come down here, and you can either then go into this part of the track and come forward and then go into either one of the bays of the actual shed itself using that point or that point. So if I draw back, that's kind of how I'm leaning right back here to get that shot. That's kind of how it's looking. And so what I'm going to do, I'm going to pack up now and walk away, because what I want to do is to come down here tomorrow morning or over the weekend sometime and see it in fresh light of day, just to see if there's anything there which is not going to work, or I prefer it a different way. I've only very lightly tacked it down in places just to stop it moving more than anything else. So it's dead easy to take up if I decide to change anything or tweak something. As regards to buildings, they're now okay. Everything's glued together. So I've got them in position. It would have been nice if that served two tracks, one either side, but in this configuration I can't do it. Now on John's track plan, he had this track here coming down and it was here, but because I've had to bring that track work in, I really haven't got the room for that now, hence the reason why the dog leg. So I've made the alternative decision, and that's to bring the track for the fueling up at the top rather than down the bottom. It still does the same thing, it's just that it means that I can't use that for a dual track, unless of course I bring in something else along here, which it means adding another point, and I don't really want to do that, to be honest. But again, all those sort of things I can think about between now and tomorrow or the weekend. I may just do that. I may just bring in another line down here and feed it in from this side. One of the problems is that this has to be quite a way away from the track, because this top edge of this roof is low, so you can't go too near the track because this will hit the roof. And what I've been doing, I've been using a 12 wheel Pullman to kind of emulate a diesel, if you like, because there's obviously no power to this truck at the moment. I can't run a diesel on it to test it, but this was my nearest option, was to use this just to check points, etc. So that's how I knew really that this was far too low. I mean, it comes to about here, virtually on that cant line of the roof, so it's quite low, so it has to come away from this part of the track. However, it's a start, and I've got something now to play around with and tweak and change if I want to, but I don't think I'm too far off, to be honest. Yeah, I'll say the only thing really, I might bring in another point here, maybe just tag it on the end here and bring a track round so that it does serve two fueling points rather than one side, but we'll see on that. If I do, I've got to get another point, which is a bit of a pain, but I've got a ordinary Insulfrog point I can put in there for now just to get the track run. Then I can take that out and put an Insulfrog point, Electrofrog point in. So there we go. There's a kind of a downward shot of it. Quite pleased with it actually. It's going to work okay. And you know, the things like the porter cabins, they can move. I've only just put them on there, to be honest with you, just to see what they look like, but I can perhaps position them here or wherever. The wash area is nice, that works quite well. So there we go. So I've kept the fueling for the locos and the fuel storage together, and I've got just about enough room there for 3 tankers to fill up the storage. So there we go. Okay folks, just a very quick video just to let you know and let you see what I've been doing today. So that's all for now, so I will speak to you again soon when I've perhaps completed a bit more. Okay, so bye for now. Bye.